What a play. What a game.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson sliding out of the pocket. And his first pass is incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll run with Walton. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They go back to Walton. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun snap for Watson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
And a confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
from midfield. Here's Mahomes. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. George Karlaftis able to record his 5th sack of the season. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Here's Walton. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Watson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
And the Rams had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. He'll buy some time right. He's going to look deep for more. And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Deshaun Watson, he's a lot of fun to watch in the pocket, but when he's forced out of the pocket like that, he can make those big plays downfield.
Almost a bad thing when you're pass rushing and you force a Deshaun Watson out of the pocket. He creates extra time. He has the poise to keep his eyes downfield and locate receivers, and it turns into a little bit of a scramble drill for the defensive backs. Where is everyone? And Deshaun Watson finds his target for a big, big play.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal is not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Taking it about the 16. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. That'll go down as an 84-yard punt return. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On first down, Mahomes. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. From the 40 now on second down, Mahomes. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And they're going to get this up to midfield. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Hey, 43, 43, 10. Yellow.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
In motion, the tight end. On 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
15. Yellow.
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side.
And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line.
4 yards. And the Rams. First down.
Diggs going in motion right.
10 at the 13-yard line.
Yellow. 15.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's McKenzie. Touchdown, Rams. Isaiah McKenzie, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams have cut it back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Watson. This will be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Watson now to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
Watson on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Walton. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Now Walton. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Lambeau will put this one through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
On third down, here comes Swift. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Can't ask for much more than that. A 50-yard punt followed by a loss on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Hey, you got to snap it. You got to snap it.
Now a carry for Walton. And some space here.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. The kick by Lambeau is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball.
Going deep for Diggs. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Yellow. Hey, 15. My right.
Third quarter starts with a run from Swift. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Rolling to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half,
and now Watson throws another interception. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
A 6-yard pickup.
On 2nd down, Swift. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Smith Jr. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Swift is going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much and you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It's 2nd down and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. On 1st and 10, Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27. Now it's Watson. This is caught. Touchdown. Elijah Moore with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As we prepare for these games, we've noticed offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on 2-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more for these situations too, right?
No doubt about it. I think for the most part, defenses will be aggressive on two-point tries. They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And here the defense wins.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Harris. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And, Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Their own 16-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson.
He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. On 1st down, it's Watson.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Here's Watson.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make the play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice kick.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
Back to throw, Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
And Lambo will put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on...
And now here's another interception.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Now a first down throw, Watson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
Elijah Moore.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. We'll leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
From the gun, here's Swift.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brought down back at the 14-yard line.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
A big gain on the play, but it leads to 4th down.
Come back! 15. Hey, 57. Yellow.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Walton. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Vision and speed, 2 of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour.
They run again with Walton. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Off of play action, it's Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Watson going to keep it again. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd and 2, Watson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Seahawks are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. The left side caught by Diggs. And the Rams are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Mahomes going to throw. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and
On 2nd and goal, Mahomes. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. The Rams leave the offense on the field. They'll go for 2. Mahomes will throw for it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
that keeps the score Seahawks 50, Rams 20.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. Fielded right around the 8. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Walton. 93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 19-yard line.
And Watson's going to throw it here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles.
He's got a man, complete.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's got his man on the crossing route. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing now, Watson. And he'll just get rid of it.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all, but in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on